So, do you like anime? Do you like video games? Well, you give Just Stars 7 out of 10. If you don't like anime, but you like video games, you give it a 5 out of 10. If you don't like anime or video games, then fuck you! J-Stars is a 3D brawler fighting game that subjectively I want to tell everyone it's an awesome game. But objectively, I need to say what needs to be said. In J-Stars, your goal is to fight your opponent with an ally and a support character against another 3-man team, and defeat them to win the match. If you're able to fight better than your opponents, you and your team unleash their friendship and are able to perform their special attacks, such as Spirit Bomb or Luffy's second gear. That being said, it's difficult to review this fighting game, as in, what is there to talk about one fighting game that has been said about the other? In Street Fighter, you beat someone up until they lose. Tekken, you beat someone up until they lose. And in Dead or Alive, you beat someone up and then go play volleyball half naked with them.
Holy shit!
J-Star is the same. You beat someone up until they lose. Its selling point is that it's 3D and has a large cast of anime characters. But if you take away all the anime characters, you get a fighting game that is pretty repetitive. Don't get me wrong though, J-Stars is an incredibly fun game and I have enjoyed every battle I've taken a part of. But the question is, would I still have as much fun if I wasn't beating a Frieza with an incompetent police officer? The answer? Probably no. Speaking of characters, holy hell, the cast of characters they have selected are amazing! Now, of course they have Goku, Luffy, Naruto, and Ichigo, but they have so many other anime characters. Lala Devil, Kuro Sensei, Bidaka, who's one of my mains, the dude from that basketball anime that's like free, and so many more. If there's anything I can criticize about the characters listing, it's some of the choices I find odd. If I was in charge of putting characters in the anime, I probably wouldn't put Akainu in there. Or Boa Hancock, I'd probably put Zoro in there. And after Ace's rather heated demise, I probably wouldn't put him in there along with Akainu. Spoiler. And for how popular and how many characters it has, I'm surprised that there are only 3 Bleach characters, 2 of which are playable. Oh well, that's what DLC is for. Another thing that really irks me is that support characters aren't playable. Like Ruki and Lal are support only. I don't know about you, but I would search the world for the 7 Chaos Pickles just so I can play as Lala Deviluk. Now, how they play, that's a different story. Every character has their own differences that set them apart. For example, Kuro Sensei is an incredibly slow character, but he can launch people far away and home in on them. Bobo has really slow attacks, but has an amazing range attack with his buddy. I don't know what his name is. Bidaka is really good for breaking through defenses, giving off powerful combos. Kankichi is a really good range fighter who has some great combos. Now, this all might sound fine and dandy, but ultimately the differences are mostly negligible. They all play very similar to each other, and for a fighting game, that's not a great thing. I'm not much into fighting games besides Smash Brothers, so I can't speak for them, but I'm gonna guess that a fighting game with very similar characters to each other is gonna be popular at the tournament scene. But if you're not into fighting games, just want to wreak chaos, then this is where J-Stars begins to shine. Like I said before, not into fighting games, but yet J-Stars has entertained me every time I pop it in. Now, let's step back and talk about presentation. Oh, damn. Well, I don't think this is everything that the 8th generation could muster. It's a damn good-looking game. Every character looks the way they're supposed to, and no one looks unappealing. The game uses their Japanese Saiyus, which doesn't bother me, but when you only watch Dragon Ball Z Kai, it is odd hearing Goku with such a feminine voice. And speaking of sound, the music is one of my favorite parts of the game. A lot of the music is a lot of fun to listen to when you're beating the shit out of a food warrior, but the best piece of music, by far, is Fighting Stars. performed by Hironobu Kageyama, Hiroshi Kitadani, and Akira Kushida. I'm sorry if I butcher any of those names. I can make a whole video explaining why this song is perfect, but in just a small blurb, it is an amazing song that I recommend you go listen to. Listening to it, it makes me rip off my shirt to go fight for my friends. And because of that, I'm running out of shirts. But one thing I actively dislike is the game's story mode. It's one of the 4 different campaigns with Luffy, Naruto, Ichigo, and Toriko as the main characters, but no Goku. It isn't bad by any means, but it's really uninteresting. They don't do anything with the fact that all these characters are in this big crossover, and without legitimate cutscenes, it's pretty bare bones. So while I do say J-Stars is a fun fighting game, in the 8th generation of video games, I can't recommend it over Mortal Kombat X, Dead or Alive, and Super Smash Bros. But if you're into anime and you happen to own a PS3 or PS4, then I suggest picking him up, though I would wait when it's $20. However, since Lala isn't a playable character, I'm giving this game a 1 out of 10. So guys, if you notice the Reasons to Live by Pepe the Frog, published by Sombrero Cares, you'll notice it's an actual book with real content on the inside. And if you open up, it's completely blank. You know why? Because there's no reason to live.